I already cooked a lot in this game.
To make this dish in the game, you need to use
Pine
That's
nuts.
why you use it in this
Very
recipe.
expensive
You're gonna have
ingredient.
pine nut together
Oh, this
until
is
it's
very
nice
unique.
and
Like,
Kind of like a McDonald's hash brown, but in a paw shape.
that looks good though, I think.
And of course, thank you again.
Hello, Tomodachi.
Welcome back to another episode of Tomodachis Table.
Today, Genshin food.
And Genshin Impact is such a popular game right now, we can't wait to see what kind of foods are going to get cooked up.
I also played a lot.
So if you want to see more and maybe trying out some recipes, give us a like and subscribe.
Alright, let's watch.
Today's episode is sponsored by Genshin Impact.
Oh really? This is a
Sponsored?
official
Wow.
Game where you can explore the fantasy world of TVAT,
So, miHoYo.
fighting bosses,
I
completing
see.
quests, and collecting rewards. With the latest update, you can unlock
Maybe
even
some
more
Tomodachi
characters,
already
bosses,
played.
and islands
Ah,
to
yeah.
explore. Most
Many
importantly,
big
the game is
areas
chock
now
full of
open.
recipes that your
This
character
is
can
Kangu.
whip up. True to form, I picked my favorite
yes.
Genshin Impact character based on his signature dish. So today we're going to be making
Ah,
razors.
I see. I know this.
To start, I've got
I
five large
already
cube
cooked a lot in
potatoes.
this game.
Not usually the potato of choice for hash browns, but I thought it'd be fun to try. I'm peeling and chopping them into half-inch cubes for even cooking, and bringing them on over to the stovetop, where instead of
Well,
boiling them, I'm
his
going to
channel is,
fry
famous,
them
right?
at
Yes,
an
Binging
unusually
with
low
Babish.
temperature, about 250 degrees Fahrenheit. We want to fry them until they're just starting to turn blonde. This is going to take about 5 minutes. Then we're spreading them out on
Okay.
paper towels and allowing them to drain and cool completely before we transform them into puppy paws. About 30 minutes later, these guys are nice and cool, so I'm going to start
Nice
ricing
kitchen
them
though,
into
already.
a large bowl.
It used to be in a
Potato
much
rice are
smaller
great,
kitchen.
Super smooth and creamy mashed potatoes, so too shall be the interiors of our puppy paws. Crispy on the outside, creamy on the inside. Just
is like cheese.
me. Once all the potatoes have
But this
been
is
riced
potato,
down, it's time
yeah.
to add some other stuff. 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour for structure, 1 large egg for structure, 1 clove of grated garlic, which, since it absolutely annihilates the garlic's cellular structure, will maximize its garlicky flavor. And then to make this dish in
Pine
the game,
nuts?
you need to use some rather unusual ingredients, one of which is a pair of pine cones, which is where pine nuts come from. So I'm going to assume
Pine
that's
nuts.
why you use it in this
Very
recipe.
expensive
I got about a half cup
ingredient.
of pine nuts here that I'm lightly processing and adding to our potatoes, along with kosher salt, freshly ground black pepper, and of course my gloved fingies. Mixing things together by hand until smooth and homogeneous. And now it's time to form these guys into little
Very
puppy
cute
paws
molds.
using these little puppy paw molds. They're
This
a
is
little bit
like
smaller
100
than we
yen
see in the
shop,
game,
right?
but I think any bigger than this
Daiso
would be
maybe.
dog
$1
paws, not puppy
shop.
paws. Once you got these guys filled up, they're headed into the freezer for an hour to firm up. Now another ingredient required to make this recipe in the game is a red jam. So I think our best option here is to make
Yeah.
tomato jam. I got 6 large Roma tomatoes that I'm going to cut into
Instead
1-inch
of
pieces
that kind
and dump into a large
ingredient.
saucepan along with a half cup of sugar, and then to offset the sugar, the juice of 1 lemon. Then we got a half teaspoon of red pepper flake, a
So
teaspoon
kind of like a
apple cider
ketchup, I
vinegar,
guess.
and an inch or 2 of freshly grated ginger. Then for both a wonderful flavor
Oh,
and a hint
ginger,
of texture,
not the
adding a
galango, right?
teaspoon of
Jamie
cumin seed.
Oliver.
Then we got to bring this guy to a simmer and let him cook for anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes until a thick, jammy, jam-like texture is achieved. Go ahead and let this cool
like
while we
ketchup
make our
already.
second dipping sauce.
Not chili
What looked
jam.
To me, like an aioli. So I got 3 cloves of fresh garlic, a little pinch of kosher salt that I'm going to mash together.
Oh, this
until
is
it's
very
nice and
unique,
good and
right?
Mashed. Then I've got 1
More
egg
than
yolk that I'm
peso?
gonna add in there
This
and
is-
mash
Yeah.
until homogeneous. And
The
once
unique
it's nice
shape.
and smooth, it's time to start adding
So,
the oil.
I-
About 3
aioli.
quarters of a cup of
Garlic
flavored
mayonnaise,
oil,
basically.
like
But
vegetable
this
oil.
is very
Making this
similar
more
to
mayonnaise
the
than an
game,
aioli, but I think that olive oil is
Like
gonna be
this
too
shape.
spicy
I
and
see.
overwhelming. Plus, I want this to be a pretty stark white.
think I already
looks
played
of the
for
game. Then our final
100
accoutrement
hours.
is
Wow.
gestural steamed broccoli. I say gestural because we're eating twice fried potatoes here. We need a little bit of roughage. So while that thoughtful side is steaming up for about 5 minutes, it's time
But
to
I
release
envy
and
you
fry
with the
our
officially
puppy paws.
supported,
Carefully
right?
press them out of the silicone
I
molds. If you
see.
let them freeze overnight,
good,
they'll
though.
be really solid and come out easily. And then they're ready
nice
to jump
promotional
in a much
way.
hotter hot tub.
I think
Canola
so,
or
yeah.
vegetable oil heated to 350
this
degrees
already
Fahrenheit, where they're going to
the
fry for
potato
3 to 5
shapes.
minutes until deeply
Looks
golden
like-
brown.
Kind of like a
Crisp.
McDonald's hash
Drain on
brown,
paper
but in
towels,
a
and then
paw
it's
shape.
time to plate up. Looks like the puppy paws
Looks like
are
sakura
served
shape,
on
though.
some kind of napkin.
Ah.
The closest thing I could find is a wooden cutting board. Sorry. And while there's only 2 puppy paws visible in the game, mine are rather a whole lot smaller, so I'm just going to stack them.
Yeah,
on
he
top
should
and
make them
get
bigger.
nice and center for their close-up. Oh, mustn't forget
That was
the
more
aioli.
bigger,
Eating
though.
these twice-fried hash browns without mayonnaise
Oh.
would be insane if you ask me. So go ahead and pile it high, clean
Clean
up
up.
any dribbles
Yep.
on the cutting board. And there you have it, folks. Razor's specialty, Puppy Paw Hash Browns.
Ah,
A
but
fitting
looks good,
choice
though.
since my man's birthday is coming up on September
Oh.
9th. He's a
This is like,
on September
I
2nd.
see, the
And
cat-
these guys might be awfully cute, but how do they taste? I'm going to go ahead and load it up with tomato jam and aioli before I take my first bite. And I'm proud to say that the results are wonderful. These hash browns have
Oh, you
This
should
is
have let us hear the crunching sound.
creamy mashed
This is the
potato-like
food in the
interior.
first
The
world
aioli is
of this
rich,
game.
The tomatoes are sharp and sweet. The broccoli, unfortunately, is still broccoli, but I do appreciate the gesture. But the puppy paws are a hell of a signature dish. So thank you very much to Razor, and
That looks
happy
good, though, I
birthday.
think.
And of course, thank you again to Genshin Impact for sponsoring this
Genshin
episode. Genshin
Impact
Impact is available to
sponsored.
play on PC, mobile, and PlayStation 4 and 5. And co-op plays
He should have
available
shown
for up to
Razor
4 players,
instead.
so you can amp up the elemental
I see.
action. You can also kick back and relax as you explore the expansive
who is
world
that?
set to a delightfully
Girlfriend?
soothing soundtrack.
Yeah.
You can now play as 2 new
But-
characters,
or-
Raiden
Oh,
Shogun
no,
and Koju Sara.
only
Plus,
Studio
there are
members?
bosses and Inazuma Islands to explore. Check it out at the link in the description.
Alright, so this is the Genshin Impact food, and we will make another Genshin Impact food then.
But I think since we have Luca with us, we might have to make something cat-themed, perhaps.
Alright, cat food in the Luca's kitchen next.
All right, see you next time.
Bye bye!